Democrat lawmakers trying to embarrass the president tonight by inviting Muslim Americans and immigrants to his address to the joint session of Congress. They are doing that to protest his immigration policies. To name a few, New York Democrat Joe Crowley taking a Muslim business owner who was a victim of a hate crime in 2015. That was right after the San Bernardino terror attack. But it was a year before President Trump was elected. We also have Oregon Democrat Earl Blumenauer is bringing a Muslim community leader. Also, Democrat Jim Langevin of Rhode Island inviting a Muslim doctor. He's an immigrant from Pakistan. Again, Pakistan is not on the list of the 7 countries that the president listed in his temporary travel pause. Basically, we got a lot going on tonight, but I want to take this to Muslim American doctor. He's the American Islamic Forum for Democracy president. He's Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. Zuhdi, you say Democrats are using Muslims and immigrants as props and that it could backfire. Can you explain that?
Well, listen, I get it, Liz. My family escaped persecution in Syria and came here as immigrants seeking political asylum. So, yes, it's part of the American narrative. But make no mistake, these parade of Muslims you're going to see tonight are only those that are being used to racialize our faith. Diversity in the Muslim community is about ideological diversity, fundamentalist, orthodox, liberal, secular. That's not what the Democrats and the left are doing. They're not bringing in, remember Reagan started this tradition of bringing in symbols of American humanity. And I would think the Reagan-esque thing to do would be to bring in reformers, to bring dissidents in the Muslim communities that are speaking against the Saudi Arabias and the Irans of the world. They're not doing that. What they're bringing in is regular, ordinary Americans, not affected by the Trump policy, but they're using them as props to say that the right is anti-Muslim, is bigoted. That's not what I like to see my faith used as. We should be Americans who happen to be Muslim and not be used as political partisan tools.
It's an interesting point you make that what the Democrats are doing, turning the guests into these two-dimensional kind of racialized props instead of inviting individuals who are about the humanity of the world, the people who can stretch a hand across the aisle and say, you know what, we're a Muslim reformer, we see and recognize your humanity. Is that your point?
Exactly. There are so many Muslims in America that can do things that they can't do in Saudi Arabia and Iran. Why not find the dissidents, the family members of people like Raif Badawi, who's tortured in Saudi Arabia, or rather than get lectures from the award winner who sat in Iran to lecture Trump about his theocracy as being more democratic, which was absurd, why not have Iranian dissidents come who were pushing back and part of the Green Revolution, whose families came here? That would make a message, but no, they just want to use us to basically emphasize the identity politic of being Muslim. And being Muslim is not an identity, it's an idea.
Dr. Jasser, and the president's made it clear his immigration policies do not include a Muslim ban. What do you hear about that, the reaction to the president repeatedly, and his administrations are saying repeatedly, no Muslim ban? Are you hearing that resonating?
The problem is I think in people that are looking at the facts of what was in the executive order, and hopefully we'll see a new one that really clarifies that soon, word is maybe tomorrow. But at the end of the day, the agitation propaganda of the left is really not about what's on the paper, but what they want to make it out to be, which is to divide America, to say that it's all about being anti-Muslim. It's about 7 countries that are chaotic, that we can't trust that they're being vetted, and we need to start to move towards, this is the first step, Liz. We're trying to move towards a Commission on Radical Islamism that the candidate Trump, now President Trump, had promised to have. And I hope that commission would start to focus on countering violent Islamism. And it's only going to get more divisive unless they wake up and start to counter the ideology with us Muslim reformers.
Dr. Jasser, we love having you on. Please come back soon, okay?
Anytime. Thanks, Liz.